I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. The fans suck, and we're the problem. Lately, there's been a huge craze in the cinematic world, and that is superheroes. With superheroes come super fans, and boy aren't they a treat. But wait, aren't you a super fan, Ryan? Who, me? Yeah, but there is no denying that the fan base, even me included, has been quite toxic for nerds alike. I mean, pick your poison. Marvel, Star Wars, DC, so many of us have just been hostile towards one another when it comes to the movies that they like and movies that just didn't do really well in other people's opinions. I've been examining this for a little bit, and some interesting things have been popping up. And the problem is us. What am I talking about? Well, lately, there's been so many movies that have been coming out that have to do with other movies or within sequels or whatever have you. And a lot of them have sucked. Like, sucked bad. Again, choose your poison. Star Wars, Marvel, DC. Creating a cinematic universe tends to have flops every now and then. Maybe more than others, but it's inevitable. But does that give us fans the right to tell people that they are wrong when it comes to a movie that they just simply didn't enjoy? A lot of this is just nerd rage, because recently the movie Venom, that was in association with Marvel but produced by Sony, just recently came out and I hated it. As a movie in whole, it made me very upset and I want it to die. But in turn, so many people loved it. Not only loved it, but saw it several times in theaters, as well as defend the crap out of it. I can't tell you how many times I've offended people by saying how much I hated this movie. Dude, I don't care. Let's go. I don't need to explain myself. So why do I feel like movies get a pass by their fans? Well, it's simple enough. It's because they don't want to admit the fact that their time was wasted. Us fans, we're funny. We just want you to keep true to the characters that we love really deeply, Hollywood. And it's rare to find that, to be honest with you lately. You either rush things way too fast or don't give enough time or effort into any of the development that any of our characters have gone through. But is it the fan base's fault for continually to go to crappy movies and defend them when they suck, therefore spawning off more and more sucky films? Things that I have noticed with fans is that as long as you get it right by them, they enjoy the movie. Who cares about story or chemistry or soundtrack or whatever else when it comes to a film in general? As long as you get my character right, we good. That logic is nonsense to me, and it drives me up a wall. Hint why here I am with you today ranting about it. For me, story and development is everything. Whether or not that character has a history, I want to be able to relive that with something that actually is comprehensible and bearable. Keep in mind, I still have the movie Venom very fresh on my mind while doing all of this. Venom is a movie that means a lot to its fans. He's somebody who wasn't given justice in the past, and therefore his fans demand a proper way to be portrayed. I get it. In fact, I'm not a huge Venom fanboy, but I did want to see something that was good when it comes to his characterization. Did they get his character right? Yes, technically. Now for a film, nothing to me was comprehensible. But just like in every boy band, your frontman can be great, but your backup singers have to be pretty good too. Now, I'm not saying that story and plot lines and characters are not backup singers when it comes to creating a film in general, even though in a lot of movies lately, that's how they've been treated. I'm saying that you need a good foundation for an actual film, instead of just saying, the fans will love this and tickets will sell out. I mean, look at what happened with Solo. Everybody who was a fan, a diehard fan of Star Wars, loved it. But those who go there for a cinematic experience thought that it was bland and it was just blah. Why is that? Maybe because it just felt like every other movie and it was something that had been done so many other times. It wasn't original in any sense of the word, and that's what we want when it comes to the characters that we love, or worlds and universes that we absolutely adore. Take DC, for example. They have many. All they did with any of their movies that have sucked in the past is have no patience and fast-tracked anything that they could possibly do with the rights that they own with, and just give us anything with characters that we love, hoping that you won't see the crappy story underneath. Is Henry Cavill the greatest Superman I've ever seen? Yes. But does that mean that I have no idea why he feels and does the things that he does in Man of Steel? Absolutely not. I'm not okay with just hearing how the movie was okay. I'm not okay with people leaving the movie and saying, I don't know how I feel about it, I have to see it a second time. People have to just take their initial reaction and just run with it. Star Wars is a great example of that because so many people for so long defended that movie, and then on their second time around, they realized there wasn't really anything going for that movie. So what am I getting at? Nothing. This is a nerd rant. I just rant. I'm sick of hearing about how the movie was okay, when really that just means that my favorite superhero was in that movie, so it makes it a good one. With this kind of attitude when it comes from the fan base, that means that movie studios can get away with anything. They can make their characters that we love do anything they want, and we'll still go and see it. I'm not saying that we need to boycott movies in the future, very much like what people did say when Solo came out. I'm not for that. I think people should go and see movies that they want to. But if you walk out of a movie theater and your first initial reaction is, I don't know how to feel about that, that movie probably sucked.